Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly, and we are back. We are back to glue our girl down and to do some things. So, I'm going to get right to it. Thank you for everybody who watched my other video, how to do this. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for the thumbs up. I see you guys are starting to do that. So, if you are watching this at the moment, I would really appreciate it if you would just press that thumbs up button, whether you're subscribed or not. If you'd like to subscribe, you can subscribe down below, hit that notification button, that little bell next to it. However, though, whoever you watch on YouTube, just put a thumbs up, because it helps us get into the system so we can get spread around. And that's all I'm going to say on that today. So, I have my Mod Podge paper right here. And I'm making sure I go all around those edges real good. I'm going to say you want it fairly thick, because you want to make sure it sticks. So that's what I did. And then we're going to put it down. Let's see. I'm moving my canvas everywhere. I'm hoping today Dave can help me move my camera a little bit and see if that will be the next place. So I'm going to put her here is where I'm feeling. I'm just feeling it there. And I'm going to rub in the middle and then around. And just kind of hold it down. Now, if I had time, you can see that pencil running. If I had, like, you know, extra time or whatever, like you guys, you know, you might want to do this and set something heavy on it. You know, like something like a book or something that will keep it flat to dry. I really don't have that time, so we're just going to go with it. Okay. And she looked good. Now I can see she's lifting there a little bit. So I'm just going in. I'm going to lift her back up to as far as it'll go. Put someone here, put someone here, get a little bit more, because I am not going to be frugal with my glue because I want it to stay down. And then I'm going to go like this. And then I'll hit it around everything. And what this is going to do, oh, I can see I got a hole there. Or a squidgle. I don't want a squidgle. We're gonna, there we go. Just be gentle, because remember, it's thin paper. It's not real thick watercolor paper or, you know, anything like that. And it's already starting to dry, so you want to make sure you get it before you have to pull it up when it's wet. Now, because I love paint and glue and all the things, I like to take my finger and I like to just kind of rub it, just to make sure everything's done. And I'm not worried about the color on the face or anything, the charcoal. I don't care, because I'm going to paint over it. And this is going to seal it, so I'll be able to just paint over it. Now, the only thing I will do is go in with a paper towel or my rag and just give it a quick, so you don't have my thumbprint in it. But I will put a thumbprint right there. How do you like that? And, yeah, because I just don't want the texture in the middle. The outside, I don't care. But that's all you do. Not a big deal. And she's going to dry. So, you can still see the eyes and all that kind of thing. Now, we can mix colors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you while she dries doing colors. All right, so I'm going to put her over here for a second, just to dry while I get out my green. Where's my green? Okay, I have some green here. Oh, there's my green right there. I was going to say, I really don't want to use that green. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take some green and I'm going to take some orange, I think. Is that where we're heading for this? Let's see. Because right now my brain is not functioning correctly. Because I need this And this is going to cancel it out. Wait a minute, let me think, because, you know, I can, because you want to essentially make brown. Is it, do I do the green? All right, so I use red and yellow as green, and then I use orange, and then white. Oh, my daughter's texting me. All right, let me do this. And we're going to mix it. Yeah. Because if you take yellow, if you take your yellow and red, you can mix an orange. And my brain takes a second to get going. And I'm going to use a different brush for, maybe we'll just use this, to add a little bit more orange. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you see we get this like diarrhea color. Okay, I'm going to pat out my brush, and what I'm going to do is take my scrapey thing, which could be a credit card, whatever you use, you know, any texture thing, just to kind of get everything in a pile. Okay, now we're going to take our white, which I'm just going to use Gesso because it's right here. Same thing, it's white. And spray a little bit. Take my brush and start mixing. Okay, so this is how you're going to start getting your like skin color of like different, you know, like some, I have like a bit of yellow in my skin. Emily has pink. Some don't have any, you know, so we're going to do that. Okay, let me get a piece of paper. Yummy. Okay. Let's see what we got, what color this is. So you see that color? That's, oh, it's kind of blown out because of the lighting. Because my cat has the blind open. Do it this way. There you go. So now we know we need a little bit more white, and I would probably add a little bit of red just to give it, I knew it, just to give it a little warmth. I'm grabbing some red. I don't want too much. This is called Lazy Kelly. Because I want to do this in front of you so you see that I get questions. I mean, of course, you're going to be neater and do the whole thing like a professional. I'm not a professional. We know that. Put a little bit of the red on around the outsides, and you see how it's changing, right? So we'll put a little bit more in there. And then if we add a little bit of the white here, look at that. I'm trying to do this on a scale where you can, I can't believe that you can't see. Let me see if I can darken it. Ugh, I hate this stuff. Okay, let's see. You can see it a little bit better. Not that, I'm just darkening it a bit. Nope, that ain't it. That's kind of a little bit better, but I'll have to hold this up so you can see. Okay, so this is, I'm going to rinse my brush now, but you're seeing it happen live. Although it's sucking because of the light, but let's see, get my husband to help. Okay. All right, so now you see with that little bit of red, see how it's like a foundation color? Then you go add a little bit more white. You're going to see me moving on out. And there you go. That's simple. So you start with your, this is how I do it. Everybody does it different. Your green and your orange. You mix that together to make like a diarrhea color. And then you add white, or you can add red at that point, whatever. And then you just start moving it. Now, like I can use this and mix it into this one to make it a little bit lighter. So that could be my shadow. Okay, or I use this color and that could be my shadow. But look, we got our skin color. So, fun facts for nobody. Now what do you do with all this? Well, here's the thing. If you go to the dollar store, Dollar General, which I live at, they have tons of containers, right? So I could scrape all this up, because then if you make a lot, you then don't have to mix it, or if you run out, you don't have to put it in here. You don't have to like worry, like, oh no, and then try to get exactly the same color, because maybe you can. Maybe you're magical like that, like a unicorn. Me? No. We all know who we're talking about here, right? So I'm just going to mix it all in here for now, because I don't have the heart to throw it away, and I probably could just use it on my girl once I mix it all up. And I like to mix it like on the side here so I can see the color, unless I squirt, unless I get paint in there. You could dirty minds every time I say something. It doesn't help. I laugh like a 10-year-old little boy, but I'll do. Okay, so I think we get it. I'm going to scrape, 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 scrape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause because this is quite boring. And then I will be back and we'll go on with our painting. Okay, so now I just wanted to check the color. I'm not mad at it because we're not going, look, I'm not doing, you know, we're just painting around. I got my stuff in there, cleaning up. 10 minutes I'll never get back in my life. But I'll tell you this, look, blend it all together. Got a nice color. So I am going to go in, I'm going to paint this. And like I said, you can always play to adjust if you want more red, maybe a little bit more blue. Maybe she's a cool tone red, if she's a warm tone, whatever you're going through for if you're painting, you know, regular faces. The fun part about painting is that you can, like, just like I did, play. Now I should have got parchment paper or something like that, so when I was done I could have picked it up and thrown it away rather than trying to clean it, which I smudged it all around, but you know. Okay, so we have that part done. So now we're going to go on with the face. I got to get a new chair. This chair is horrible. Okay, so bring her down just a little bit. Gonna start. I'm just going to follow the outline of her head for now. And I'm going to go light over the parts that I am going to trace out. We're going to give her a quick once over. It's so funny because I've been used to mainly recording painting and stuff when it's been cloudy or icky out. So the sun hasn't been like out in full. Today it is, which I'm thankful for. I love it, but it's like, woo, she in your face. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. This is how we do it. Okay. And I'm going to give a quick wipe off right there. Okay. Now I can see a bubble coming up here where it must not have all the way, I didn't bubble it down. But I'm not going to worry about it because it's in the middle and I'm going to put paint or something over it to kind of give her like a dress. So I haven't got that far yet, but that's that. And so I'm going to let this dry, or I'm going to dry it with my heat gun actually. I know you can't see anything but my arm, but this is it. And as it dries, you can see those marks and the things, and it gets a little darker, which I'm okay with. Because that means if I want to have a lighter in the middle when I go over it, plus I'm going to have hair that I can work with. I better close this because we all know. Okay. So that's that. You know, so I can then go in and like highlight and do. Now when you're using your heat gun or you're using your heat gun or you're using your Yeah, heat gun or hair dryer. Oh my gosh. Make sure when you're done, you just want to let this cool. You don't want to go in while it's warm. Trust me. Trust me. Let me see about my small paintbrushes. Where the heck did I put them? I love when I organize and I can't remember where I put everything. I'm just getting used to it, just getting used to it. It will not stay like this. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We'll do you. Okay, sorry. Okay, just got my... That's it. And I'm going to go in with... Ooh, what color, what color, what color? Green. Just going to hit a little bit of green on my brush. I'm going to wet it first so I can kind of form it into like a point. Like that. I'm going to go in, just dip a little teeny bit, and then I'm going to kind of like wipe it off. Because I'm just using it as a drawing tool. Use whatever you have. But I'm just going to very lightly... the best of my ability. I mean, my hands don't work like they used to, all the things, I'm sure, which a lot of us are like. So you just do the best of your ability. That's why you're not going to be able to see me. But I'm not doing magic tricks. I'm really doing it. And if you can do it in one, like, boop, one time without lifting, you do much better than if you're doing the things, right? Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more on there. Just on the tip. Alright. Gonna do her nose. Now they'll be changed a million times with me. And maybe today's the day I am painting uphill. I don't know, but I don't care. Because she's gonna be cute. Okay. And then I liked the face the way it was, so I'm not too fussed over it. But I can paint over this if, you know, I'm really not digging it. But I like it, so. I was dragging my finger on here and it got stuck by texture, so I had to lift it. And then I can go in, if I still want to keep going, or I could, you know, I'm going to go in and put eyelid, eyelid, real quick. And then I'll save the pupils till after, like when it's all, you know, painted. Now, as normal, I usually do my eyes green, the color anyway, green or hazel, because that's my daughter's eyes color, and I do everything usually her eye color. So while I'm here, I'm just going to give it a quick once over. I like to go in with markers and stuff when I'm done, so we'll see. I'm also going to put up a quick video of this if you're sitting here and you're like, girl, I don't have the time for this. If you want to. I used to do that all the time, do the quick video after my long videos, and I figured, why not? Takes me a few extra seconds, but, you know, I have an old computer, so it takes a minute, but it works, and it does it, and it's all the better. Let's see if there's any, okay. All right. So, for now, this will go away. Let me see. Okay. And that color is not bad at all. Now, I could have played with it a little bit more and, you know, whatever, but I think it's great. And like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. And then, but once I'm done with this painting fully, I'm going to clean this room. I'm going to clean my desk because moving everything up here. I'm using Dave's old desk and I love it. I love the way it's set up, but I just need to, you know, get a feel for doing things again. And how everything's working and all the things, you know, and have him help. So any criticism, constructive, please, let me know if there's anything I can change or play with, or like I said, camera's going up a little bit because I can't, like, I need to work on it here, right? So I can see it and everything. And obviously my camera, you can't, even when I zoom in. So I got to move it out here. Hope I can, you know, the thing. So we'll see how we can fix that. But yeah, there'll be a sped up version. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of gesso or white, same thing. Gesso has a little texture, but it really doesn't matter. It's just what I have here. Grabbing it. I'm going to take my brush with that paint color on it and kind of go in. You're going to see it's going to lighten. Probably looks white to you at the moment, but and I'm going to go to the nose. A little more yellow than I like. Put a little bit more of that in there. And then go around the nose, and I can always paint back the nose if I want. I'm going to paint on there. Everywhere there's like highlights, like under the brow. If you have blending medium, which I don't think I have right here right now, do I? I swear I grabbed it, but again, you know. I was like, oh, here it is, right here, right in front of me. Blending medium will help, or floating medium or blending medium, whichever, will help it not dry as fast, and like you'll be able to blend when it's on there. Okay. Okay, come on. All right, come on. Okay. Why do we play these games? Okay, just a little bit. It's watery. Some sort of concoction. Okay. Looks like lube. All right. And then I'll just dip my brush in it and then go in. And you'll see it, like, it's like adding water, but it's a little bit less, a little bit longer, but that looks good. Okay. So right here at the tip, God, that word, of her eye. Remember, we're not going for realism, but I'm just playing. Here, her nose, above her lip a little bit. We'll go right here. Okay. And if you go over, just do that. Like I said, this is going to be covered, so I'll just clean my brush like this. And then I'll go back in and like blend it down a little bit. Just blend it into the other section because I'm going to grab the dark now. You can go all the way around the eye if you want. Totally up to you. But I'm going to go back in for the regular color and kind of hit these spots. And there's still a little blending medium on my brush. Remember, if you go over any of the things that you drew or whatever, it's only paint, you go back over it. Okay. Over here. Okay. All right. Now, just going to kind of go back and forth, and we're just going to let this dry and see how it looks. Because remember, it's a odd girl. But that's where we're at. Oh, I can see it lifting. I can see it lifting all the way. We're going to push it down. So if it's tacky, it'll still stick. Come on now. All right. Now, do not touch it like I'm doing because it's going to cause it to peel up. So I'm going to dry it. Oh, it looks good. Let me hold it to me so I can see. Yeah, I might want a little lighter. Still a little lighter in there. Let's see. Just like a real, like this. Come on. And I think I'm not going to add. Just going to leave it. If not, I'll go back in with a marker or something. Or other paint. Let's just leave that there. Yeah. Okay. So while this dries and while I clean up to get to the next part, I will, I'll be right back. Okay. So I have 3 dresses. Look how nice these dried for making them that fast and sloppily. Look at my hands are a mess. So you kind of start here and you know, work your way down. Not mad, not mad. I'm going to save that and paint over that or something. Okay, so I cut out 3 different kind of dresses and I'm trying to decide which I like. I don't know. I already cut them out because that's 15 minutes of your life you're not getting back if you watch that. So I figured make it easy. So I have this one, which I'm kind of leaning towards. This one. And then we can either paint it any color we want, or it could be, I could make it into a, I don't know. I think the pink one though. Or this one. But I don't know. I know it's going to make it, these all kind of match all this, but I love the pattern with the patterns with the patterns. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking this. And the nice thing is, once I put this down, this is a little thicker of a cardstock. Once I put this down, it'll help, you know, anything that bubbled underneath will be secure. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I wasn't really concerned with that. If you want to see a video, a quick video on what I do when I do take care of those bubbles, you know what I mean? If they're in a place I don't want them, let me know down below and I will do a quickie for you. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go like this. I don't know. She's short, Avi, right? So her legs would be down here, but I can't decide if I want to make it, because her arms will come like here. I always like making them hold something cute. Should I give her a waist? But I kind of like this. Like it's her dress. These are going to be like her arms. Do you know what I'm saying? Poop. Okay, I wonder if, let's do it like this for a minute, just to see. I think this kind of blends too much, right? So let me see. Let me cut this. I'm going to turn it upside around so I can kind of sketch on it so I don't ruin it, the front. But I'm going to kind of, this is her neck, and it kind of goes like this. And kind of bring it in and out again. Bring it in and out again. And let's just cut it and see what we get. I like to cut a little, oh God, you're going to have to watch me cut. A little outside the lines because in case it needs to be, because you see I don't know why I made these so big, but I did. So that's why I think I can't do this, but I could maybe do the waist. So we're going to see right now. See if I do like that. That's cute. But we got the boopies. What do we do about the boopies? That's her waist. Well, that's much cuter, Kelly. And these are already down. If I rip it up, I'm ripping the canvas. So I'm saving this, and this is going to be a new girl. So there goes that. I'm just gonna, so I can judge underneath here, this way, where the arms come out. See, now the arms are going to be at the waist. Why did I do that? Because then I figured, like, her neck would kind of be like this, the shirt. I gotta plan things out better. So that would be her neck. Right, so I cut that out, and then this has to go here. Nope, they're too big, so we're gonna go with what we got. I'm gonna quit anticipating the worst and just do it. Excuse me. Okay, let's go. Got my brush, got my Mod Podge. I'm gonna make it go all around. You see how thick and luxurious. Okay. I don't care if it's where I'm not getting it. I don't care. I don't care. I'll go up to the neck just so I know. Okay. Let's see. I think I need a little bit more up here and over here. Okay. I'm gonna put it where I want it and lay it down. And do like this. Yeah, see, it's wet. It slides. It's no big deal. I'll hold it with one finger while I press everything down, and then I can go back in and add more glue if I want to, which I do. I like going around the edges and all. One more time, just to get it in there. I can see that's lifting, and it is because honestly it's a thicker cardstock, so it does take a minute. If you want to cut it in half or make it smaller, you do it. And nobody gonna tell you no different. It's yours. Okay. Alright. So again, I'm gonna just kind of, I know right here I need to push and really get that glue in because that was lifting. I'm gonna go around these edges. Push some glue up. Like I say, are you really a crafter? Are you really an artist? Mixed media especially, if you don't get your hands in the glue. Okay. Or messy, and whatever you do. Gardening, all the things. Okay. Now, well, I give that a second to see, because this is a canvas that you can see it, you know, mushes in a little bit. If I spray water on the back, sometimes it like tightens it up, which is fantastic, but I'm not going to do that right now. But I am going to take some of this and I'm going to paint over the face. Now I won't be able to remove that green, but I can work over it, but it gives me like a clean canvas to work on. Maybe I want to use chalks or pastels or color pencils or whatever. It just kind of helps me out. Get those corners. Okay. Give that a second because you'll know it'll pop up. Sometimes I don't see it And that's just, you know, that's just the way it goes. So I will leave my glue open for a few. I can see like it's starting to pop up because of the paper isn't popping up, but the canvas. So I'm going to take my spray bottle. Let's just do it for the hell of it. I'm going to turn it over. You can't see it, but I'm going to spray it. So maybe it'll help adhere that down. Because you see, it's like a thing. And it'll tighten it up. And you can see the water coming through a little bit. Not mad at it. I'm just going to leave it be. And keep making sure those corners are down. See, you can see right here. Especially in this middle. I don't know what it is about this middle that all of a sudden shit pops up. And I don't know why. So we're just going to leave it be. I'm going to have to deal with whatever. That's why a lot of the times you see me working with, and I love these canvases, but you see me working with flat canvases because they're much easier for me and how I do things. Now, other people might do things differently and it works for them. And I'm like, hey, I'm so happy for you. But for me, it doesn't work that way. So we're going to give it a second. I'm going to hit it with my heat gun and we're going to move on. Remember, don't hold it too close. It'll bubble and then you'll ruin it. Looks like I'm okay, so I don't hear that too often. Okay. Now I'm going to pick the hair color. What color am I going to do? I can see this is a very like, not euphoric because I read an article. Like, you know, like it's all flowing together, the colors. Nothing's really popping out. So, my daughter's hair is like an orange red right now. Let's see if I can make an orange red. Her hair's always different colors, so who knows. Okay. Today it's orange red. I'm going to do some orange. I squirt a lot on of my colors because I hate having to keep adding. I try not to do it too much on film because I get people, oh, they write me the most awful things about how I waste. And I do, but I do scrape back in. I am known to scrape back in. Okay, come on, baby. Because you know, if I'm painting like a certain color or then I'm only using one, I'm always doing that. Okay, so let's mix it in. Now I put some of that Mod Podge matte in there too that was left over. It's not going to hurt nothing. Oh, that's a nice color. I think a little bit more orange. It's so dark over here. I'm going to get my other lights up too because I notice how dark it is. If I do this, I wonder if it helps. No, see, then you get that. Huh. I don't know. Still figuring out the lights, the lighting. Okay. Yeah, this is about right. Okay, so I'm gonna not use that brush because that'll do too much. And her hair, let's see. I don't know if I can mock it or not. Let's see. Okay. Right now, her hair. She has straight hair, but it's long as all get out. Every time I cut it, cut a little bit more off. Okay, I'll piece it, like I'll do like the all the details and all once I get it. Okay. You could put texture paste down. You can put gel medium, you know, make it thick, and then take the back of your thing and give you texture. But for now, I'm just laying it down so I can see what exactly I'm doing. I'm gonna move it up a little bit more. Okay. Build up this now. Like I said, I'm not going for realism necessarily. Just wanting to lay it down so I can, okay, not mad. It's going to need more coats, and I can go on top right now with some gesso to help block out all that, or I can leave it go. So this would take a couple coats, no big deal. But what I think I might do, because why not, I'm going to do a little bit of gesso just like that, and I'm going to take my brush, everything I have left on it, and I can darken it up too. So it's not stark white. But it gets it really opaque. I can dry brush more pieces in if I want. And sometimes I'll just leave it like that. I don't care sometimes, like, that you can see the background. Plus, like I said, you're going to be painting over it. But on this one, just figured I'd show you. And if you don't get all of the pieces, you know, with gesso, it's okay, because our hair is completely different everywhere. You know what I mean? Like in the lighting, and then this, and then that. Okay, that's all I'm going to do with that. And then I'm just going to squish out whatever paint is left on there, and going to rinse it. And then, damn microfiber cloths never suck anything up. Get a different brush. Try that. Get a different brush. Start coating on top. You can see you can't see through it at all. So I give it the new color. So I'm going to pause you. And what I'm going to do is finish up this painting. I'm just going to go in with obviously this color, and then when I come back she'll be done and we will move on. Okay, so I painted the hairs, you can see. However, I thought, you know what, I get this question a lot. I was going to put like a headband or beads, but if you can see, you could see like there's a little edge where you glue the head on. Now, you can use texture paste, no problem. If you don't have texture paste, maybe you have gesso or you have white paint. If you have white paint, take a little bit of baby powder or baking soda just to thicken it up a little bit. And once you do that, take your paintbrush, and what I like to do is this is just the gesso. I like to just tap it And I didn't wet my brush because I don't want to add excess water to it because I want it to be thick. But this is what I like to do. And I also, like I said, I do texture paste too and make the whole hair textury, which maybe I'll do, but let me just show you. Because then what it's going to do, it's going to like take that ledge and we'll blow this out. Like we'll put it, you'll see. My words don't work. It's like, okay, just watch. Okay. And you might hear my dog come charging in. I'm sorry. I'm not having the best day today. Which who is, right? Between everything going on in the world and COVID and restrictions lifted and all. I'm scared to death to get sick, to catch it. Okay, so you see I have it quite thick. And that's okay. And that's going to make it to the ledge. So then what I like to do is I like to leave it thicker there. But I like to, like, you can just kind of pull it out a little bit. Not from where the ledge is, where you put all that, but just like at the edge. Trash day, I don't know if you can hear that. Okay. So you see, and I won't worry if it bothers you, you could do down here where you glued the, you know, I was gonna say I won't worry about it, but I might as well do it. You know, where the hair goes. We'll just do it real quick. Boop, 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 boop. And you can do boop, 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 boop if you want. It's not necessary. Sometimes it makes it funner, more fun. And then just, you know, finish it where, and I'm going to have to paint over the hair, Avi, but that's okay. I wanted to show you because after I did it, because I threw paint on and I was like, oh, people are going to be like, how'd you get, so I thought I will show you. Here comes the dog. Okay, I just want to show you. I'll finish this side and then I'll be back once it's dry because it's going to have to dry. And you don't have to put it on the, like right here if you don't want. If you want to do a little bit of texture, you can, but like this. If it gets on there, you just wipe it off. But I like to pat because that gives me maximum. And I'll use my heat gun to dry this. I'm not ashamed. I put it on heat. You know, I'm not trying to emboss it, but I'm trying to, just to dry it a little faster. Okay, so you can see, here we go for the majority. And all of it doesn't need it. But what I like to do is take the other side of my paintbrush, or you can use, you know, whatever you have. And I will draw in some lines. And what this will do, we could put a little part here. Give her some. And if you start drawing like this and you're like, oh no, it's not making any, like, not incision, what's it called? Any mark. You can, that's called brain on drugs. I should say medication, not drugs. You can just give it a second to dry because you can see over here it's thicker. And if you, like, you know, you can go in with your paintbrush if you want to, you know, make it not as thick. If you want to drag it on there some, because it's not going to be that much of a difference. If you use texture paste or modeling paste, molding paste, whatever the companies call them, you can, it'll be thick like butter that you can kind of go through. And this is a little different, but this, much more of us have this, or like I said, white paint, little baby powder, little, you know, whatever. And I'll just kind of, do like this. Can do here a little bit more if I want. I love hair, so I'm like a big Jersey girl hair, you know, back in the day. I don't know if anybody's from Jersey, but if you are, you know. If you know, you know, they say. Okay, so you are picking up what I'm putting down, right? So that'll help. Like I said, it won't make that big of a deal if you don't want to do it, but I like to put like little scarves or little like, I like to put little fur or something around their head, but that's all I did. And she'll dry. I drew with some green paint, the eyes and all. When I come back, now I'm going to take this white gesso and just fill in her eyes a little bit. So that'll be done when I come back as well. Okay, so I'm sitting here and I said, you know what? I found a gray hair today. And believe me, I have gray hair. I color my hair, but it aggravated me. I'm like, I never did a gray hair. So I changed her hair to gray. I mixed pure black with light lavender and a pinch of magenta. And I painted the dark down, added a little bit of white, and kind of did over for highlights. Once this is completely dry, I'll go back in with a thinner brush and maybe a little bit wetter of the paint and kind of add some strands so it gives it a little bit of dimension. I'm really not going for that, but this is my face paint that I have left. And so I'm just going to come on and show you. I want this eye to show a little bit more when I add it. Like a little bit more of it than it was. And, you know, obviously I can go back in with my dark to like really firm it up. I added a little bit here with a little bit of white as a kind of highlight there. I mean, like I said, we're not doing a little highlight there. I'm going to hit a little bit more. Go under there a little bit. Now, what I like to do is I take my water, and I always do that before I close it and when I open it, because it just adds, it keeps it moist. You can see I got a lot of paint left in here, but I like to do that, and it keeps it moist. And then we'll do a little bit right there, a little bit there. I'm going to go down here one more time. Looking at a little bit of, okay, that's all. Now I'm going to squish the paint off my brush back into my container. Leave that there, close this, go in with a dry brush and like just kind of as if you're doing your makeup, right? Because I know we're not going for realism here, we're just going, but I might have let that dry a little bit too much. It's all right. And this isn't like wicked bright. Like it's not going to do so much, but it's going to do a little bit. I'm just going to pat this the littlest bit to thin out anything in there. Okay. Then I'm going to remember to wash that because I'm terrible at that. I'm going to take which brush here? Maybe I'll go with my, just gonna wet it. I'm gonna go in here, pull out some. I'm gonna have to save this because I mixed a lot of it, but I think I'm gonna do a bunch of these, so with the gray hair, so I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to just like kind of go in and break up some of that. Okay, I got lost in my hand. You can see, like, you don't have to do as long, like this is like going out this way, right, on both the sides. That's all. Now if I want, I can go back in with my patty brush, leave it darker at the roots. Because I'm going to go over it with marker at the end, like just to kind of give some more floops, right? To make sure that you know this is like bangs. Like for instance here. That's a little bit of her bangs. Okay. I'll go in, scrape up any of this that's left. Like that, and see if I can dry brush some of that. I don't like this here. I think this needs to be darker here because obviously there's shadow. You can't always see, so what's going on there? What's going on? Okay, all right, that's all she's doing. That's all she's doing. We'll put all that in my water. I'm going to scrape that up into a new container, and she will dry. When I come back, I will get the eyeball fully painted, and I think what I'm going to do is end. You know what? I'm going to end here because I think this is a long video. I don't care. I don't care how many parts it is. Whatever. And let this fully dry, and then come back and then finish the whole canvas because I want to finish her. I want to finish all over here. Do you know what I'm saying? And I hate to go too long, so I don't know. Ta-da. I will see you in my next video. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy these videos, no matter if they're 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 parts. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys stay safe and are having a great day. Talk to you later.